Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and it's time once again for the Pokemon X single battles here on the channel. So, as I've been doing the past few weeks, or I actually had a hiatus last week because of the holiday season and stuff, I just didn't really have time to record it. But, before the hiatus, as we were doing, I'm going to be bringing two Pokemon that were previously defeated in the Pokemon X double battles. I'm going to give them a shot to win in the single match, and I'm going to bring four Pokemon that were victorious in the double battles. Currently they're in the Omega Ruby League, but they're going to come back to Kalos and help these other two Pokemon, the underdog Pokemon, try to get some victories. So let's get into the team builder for this week, followed with the battles, starting right now. Our first previously defeated Pokemon for the week will be Burrow the Ninjask. Now I've switched him up a little bit since the last time. I have done some different super training for him and switched the moves around. He still has the speed boost ability, which says at the end of each turn he's in play, he will boost his speed stat by one stage. And he's holding the Pitaya Berry, which is a berry that when he gets low HP, he'll eat it, and will boost the special attack stat. Now, of course, he's not going to be a special offensive Pokemon. What we're going to try to do is make him more of a baton pass Pokemon. So, on the off chance that we do need to use him for a KO, or at least to get some damage, he does have Bug Bite as his only offensive move. And if the opponent has a berry that boosts his stat, all the better. We're going to get that berry eaten up, we're going to gain the stat boost, and possibly use Baton Pass. Now, we're also going to go with Swords Dance. It's going to sharply boost Burrow's attack stat, and that can be passed off as well. And, of course, Speed Boost will gradually boost speed. We can pass that off as well. And originally he did have Protect, but I went with Substitute because something that I wasn't really aware of, like I'd seen it before happen online, but I never really made use of it myself, is that if he gets a Substitute up and it doesn't get broken, you can actually pass that Substitute off to another Pokemon, saving them from taking a hit. So we'll see if we can pull that off. Now, the other previously defeated Pokemon coming back for the single battles will be Kabutops. Now, I did a little bit more super training adjustment with him as well. I did have him more on the defensive side, but I decided to put a little bit more into the speed and the attack to make him a faster, harder hitter this time. He does have Swift Swim, which will boost his speed when training, and he is holding Focus Sash because he still doesn't have the best defenses in the world. 250 is not bad, but just in case he's going to take a one-hit knockout from a Grass-type attack, Focus Sash will at least keep him in battle. And the moveset is pretty much the same as it was before. His final move, Rain Dance, is probably what we're going to go for first, because that will boost his speed, and it's going to power up the Waterfall attack you see there. He's also got Rock Slide, and the idea is if we can get the Rain up, we can possibly outspeed the opponent and maybe get some flinches off with either of those two moves. And I originally had Aerial Ace on him, but I went with X-Scissor instead because Aerial Ace would be good against his grass and fighting weaknesses, but we're probably not going to keep him in battle against those types if he does find himself facing off against them. So we're going with X-Scissor on the off chance that if I expect they're going to swap in something weak to a bug attack like X-Scissor, such as a dark type or a grass type, we can try X-Scissor, try to get some super effective damage off before we got to swap out. So the four returning Pokemon from Omega Ruby are going to start with Pikachu. He does have the static ability, so if he gets physically connected against, he might paralyze the opponent. And as always, he's holding the Light Ball, which will boost his two offensive attack and special attack stats. And the moveset is pretty much as it was all the time. Thunderbolt, Body Slam, Grass Knot, and Light Screen. And the next returning Pokemon, good old Marowak. Still the serious Pokemon, he's got the Lightning Rod ability. Thick Club is the item of choice, which will boost his offensive attack stat. And his moveset is the same as it's been. Bone Meringue, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Brick Break. Pretty good coverage on that moveset. Next Pokemon coming back to battle in the X single battles is Snoozer the Snorlax. Now, he's gotten back his Body Slam, as you can probably see there. He does have Thick Fat, which will reduce damage from water, ice and fire attacks. Chesto Berry is there to work in conjunction with the Rest attack. As for the moveset, we actually swapped out Earthquake this week for Body Slam, because I figured we have some good ground coverage with Marowak anyway. And I wanted to keep Crunch in case we're up against a Ghost type. I wanted to keep Power Up Punch so we can boost the attack stat once we land a hit. Body Slam is good for the stab power, plus the chance to paralyze. And since either of those two moves would not hit a Ghost type, we kept Crunch. That way we can get at least some damage off, not to mention super effective damage. And as I said, Rest is there, going to fully heal up the Snorlax, and wake up immediately thanks to the Chesto Berry. Final returning Pokemon from the Omega Ruby League is Jiggy the Jigglypuff. Full disclosure, I'm probably not going to send him into battle this week, but on the off chance we do need to have something that would be immune to Dragon, we do have our little fairy here. He is competitive this week, which means anytime he lowers a stat, or I should say anytime the opponent lowers one of his stats, it will sharply boost his special attack. and he's holding Eviolite, which will boost his 2 defenses, being an unevolved Pokemon. Moveset, now it's kind of a bit of a mixture. He's more on the offensive side. As you see, attack is 121, special attack is only 96. Now, if he gets the competitive boost, that should at least put his special attack, I think it actually would double it, so it would put it at the higher level. And there is the chance that if we do have him in battle and we're using Burrow, he can pass off some stat boosts as well. So basically, I want to give him offensive moves on either side. We do have Physical Body Slam, Special Dazzling Gleam, and to help the team, he's got Reflect and Safeguard. So these are the 6 Pokemon for this week's Pokemon X single battles. Let's get right into those right now and see how well we do. And our opponent has been found for the first battle. It is Yago from Japan. Yago has a Gengar, Azumarill, Blaziken, Kangaskhan, Blissey, and Charizard. So definitely some serious offensive power. Pretty split evenly, physical and special. So which of my Pokemon will be best against these? As usual, I'm going to bring one of the previously defeated Pokemon and 2 of the other ones. I think, would Kabutops or Burrow be the better option? Kabutops would be good against a couple of these. I wouldn't be able to outspeed until we get the rain up, unfortunately. If I bring Kabutops. But if I bring Burrow, we can definitely get the substitutes up and get the speed boost and pass it off to somebody else. So what would they lead with? An Azumarill could be a lead. Somehow I expect we're going to see that, but you never know. I think probably the better bet, I'm actually going to bring Burrow for this first one. Now, who do we want to pass things off to? Marowak would be good against a lot of these, except for that Azumarill. So I think Marowak is going to be the next option. And to deal with the Azumarill, I could bring Pikachu for the Thunderbolt. I'd also bring Snoozer just for basic power. I think we're going to go Pikachu. Those will be the 3 Pokemon for this first battle. Alright, the battle gets underway. I really hope we can get this substitute idea off. The reason I went with substitute over protect is because as we lower our own HP using substitutes, we're going to get closer to using that Pitaya Berry. So Blaziken is the lead. That's probably going to be a speed boost itself. Alright, so first thing off the bat, we're going to substitute immediately. Let's see what this Blaziken goes for. So we didn't see it Mega Evolve. And Blaziken, it actually misses. Sweet. Alright, now we can actually get a Swords Dance up. So since we both have speed boost, neither of us is going, or I shouldn't say neither of us, the Blaziken is not going to outspeed us anytime soon. We're going to go Swords Dance. Okay. If we can dodge another Blaze Kick, that'd be pretty nice. I don't see that happening though. Stone Edge, that connects. So, we're going to substitute again. I don't mind getting Burrow down to half HP. Off chance we can actually dodge another hit. Alright, so once more, substitute. You see the Blaziken is not backing down, it's staying in this fight. So it's going to go Stone Edge. It actually misses once again, okay. Now we're going to Baton Pass out. And I think Marowak is the choice to go with. He is the more defensive of the 2 that are in reserve. So we're going to fight, we're going to Baton Pass. We are going to pass the sub off too, which is good. So we got 2 speed boosts up, we got a double attack boost up from the Swords Dance. Marowak's going to come in sitting pretty good. Alright, let's go. That goes for Stone Edge, does get the hit. We resist it though. Does it break? No, it actually didn't break the substitute. Now, would they send in the Gengar? Is the thing. Expecting a ground attack. I think what I'm going to do is go a Thunder Punch right now. We do have the Swords Dance up, so it's still going to hurt quite a bit. Blaze Kick does connect, it's going to break the sub right now. how much would a Swords Dance Thick Club boosted Thunder Punch do to this Blaziken? Enough to knock it out. So we've all learned something today. Alright, good. Now we still have the unfocused camera. I just noticed it now. I hope it wasn't unfocused the whole time. Now, Mega Kangaskhan could be a problem. Fake Out would be an issue. We're gonna go Brick Break. There's the Mega Evolution. Now, I think we're defensive enough to survive some Fake Out damage. When the speed boosts up, we might outspeed. On the next turn, of course, Fake Out will go first. Come on, no criticals. Okay, we're looking good. Now, let's hope the speed boosts were enough for us to outspeed this thing and get some decent damage, if not a knockout, with Brick Break. It goes first. Okay then. So only option right now, we're going to go back into Burrow. Get some more speed boosts up and try to get the Papaya Berry consumed. So that is the way to go. Substitute. Well, we've got to outspeed this thing. It's a Ninjask. There we go. Now, can we make another substitute? I think we can. Oh, wait a minute. That's going to break this up anyway. Well, the old parental bond wins the match again. And they didn't need that critical hit, but they decided to go for it anyways. Alright, so if it wasn't for parental bond, the strategy was going to work sweet. Anyways, Pikachu, come on in. Do what we can. We're going to go for a Thunderbolt. Now, I don't think Pikachu's going to outspeed Mega Kangaskhan, however. Nope. Come on, can we get the paralysis with static at least? Nope, nothing before we go down. Oh well. So the first match is a loss, but we learned that the strategy could work. Good game, Yago. Our second opponent for the week hails from Tokyo, Japan, and let's hope they don't have a Mega Kangaskhan. They have a Kangaskhan with an item. Chances are it's a Mega Kangaskhan. They also have a Talonflame, Articuno, Garchomp, Raikou, and Lucario, but do any of them really matter other than that Mega Kangaskhan? I don't know, let's find out. Now, I kind of want to try that strategy that we just attempted, getting the stat boosts up and passing them off to somebody else. So, that is what we're going to go for. We're going to lead with Burrow, because I don't think... Well, then again, Kabutops would be good against the Talonflame and Articuno with the Rock Slide. I think trying to get the boost off to somebody else would be the better way to go. So we're going to lead with Burrow. And who would we want to pass things off to? Marowak would be weak to the Articuno, but good against a lot of the others. So we are going to bring him again, just like in the last battle. Now, do I want to bring Pikachu? I don't know, that Garchomp is an issue. The Raikou could be a problem as well. It's too bad we don't have Earthquake on Snoozer this week. But we do have that Stab Body Slam, which could hit all of these. Now, you see 2 flying types. I'm trying to think of immunities now. A couple flying types. Well, Bone Ring wouldn't hit those, but he does have Thunder Punch Marowak, so... I think, actually, Snoozer will be choice number 3. We can resist some fire and ice from the 2 flying types as well. Alright, so let's see that Mega Kangaskhan in action. So the challenge has been issued, and in comes... First up is Burrow on my side. The opposing side is Garchomp. Now, naturally, I'm fairly certain Ninjask outspeeds this. However, I've seen Choice Scarf is an issue that can boost the speed of the Pokemon holding it, locking them into a single move. Do we want to anticipate they have a Choice Scarf and they're going for a Rock move, or do we want to try Substitute? I'm going to try Substitute. I'm going to trust in our own natural speed stat. We'll see how well this trust pays off. We do get to go first. Good enough. Alright, so Substitute comes up. Well, they go for an Iron Head. Maybe they were expecting me to swap out. So it breaks the Substitute. But now that we see that we do outspeed, especially now with the speed boost, there's no reason to go for anything other than another substitute. I don't mind getting him down to about 50% HP before swapping out. We're going to get 2 speed boosts off to the next Pokemon that way anyway. So Iron Hand is a fully accurate move. We can't hope for a miss. But with 2 speed boosts, would either Marowak or Snoozer outspeed Garchomp? I really don't think so. We're going to substitute once more, get a 3rd speed boost up, and then we're going to swap out. I shouldn't say swap, I should baton pass out. So it has enough HP that we can make one more substitute when it comes back in, if necessary. I think our better swap out or pass out would be to Marowak for coverage. That's what we're going to go for. We're going to baton pass. And I believe Marowak is the more defensive between him and Snoozer anyway. Alright, Marowak is the one to come into the battle. Just like the last fight, we have our Ninjask passing off to the Marowak. Now, would they have locked into that? I keep going for that one move. You think that a Garchomp would have like a rock move to deal with a flying type. But we're going to go... Now, we try Boomerang. We have the issue of a flying type coming in. But none of the other moves that we have would really take out this Garchomp as it is. So we're going to try Boomerang. If they send a flying type, we do have Thunder Punch. If we outspeed, we don't outspeed. This is a very fast Garchomp. And Stab Power is going to knock out Marowak. So 3 speed boosts on a Marowak is not enough to outspeed a Garchomp. And since Burrow is pretty much down as he is, we're going to send Snoozer instead. So we know he can at least take 1 hit. At least he's better. I guess we're going to find out, but we're going to go for Body Slam to try for the paralysis. They're going to withdraw, okay. Now, they didn't have a ghost type, so we're going to be able to hit whatever comes in. And that is Lucario. So it is resistant to Body Slam. But can we paralyze it? We actually do. Sweet, okay. Now, we're pretty sure it's going to be a Mega Lucario. We're going to go Power Up Punch against it right now. If it manages to hit us through the paralysis. Nope, it's got Extreme Speed. Okay, that's not bad. We're going to get an attack boost from the Power Up Punch at least. Alright, so with the paralysis, it's not going to outspeed us with anything other than priority moves such as Extreme Speed. So there's no reason to go for anything but another Power Up Punch. Although, would they swap something else in? I believe a Body Slam at +1 attack would finish this. We're going to Body Slam, actually. On the off chance they swap something else in... Oh, it's a Mega Lucario. So Extreme Speed will be boosted, but will it fight through the paralysis for a second turn? Is the question. I went for a different move. Body Slam. I hope it still picks up the KO. Yep, it does. Down it goes. Alright, so that is 1 down on my opponent's side. We have a +1 attack Snorlax on the field. And in comes the Raikou. Now we can't paralyze that, of course. Would it have anything really good against the Snorlax? I don't believe so. We're going to Power Up Punch. I wonder if I should rest, actually, assuming a pretty powerful move's coming over. No, I think they can get Aura Sphere. I'm going to rest right now. Assuming we survive an Aura Sphere. Nope, Thunderbolt. Okay. So I could have actually gotten an attack off instead. But regardless, we do rest. We're getting back to full HP. I think I want to try another Power Up Punch. Get some more attack boost. And hopefully, after a +2 attack, a Body Slam could finish this after the Power Up Punch. They're going to withdraw, so we're going to get a free attack boost. Might take some rough skin damage from the Garchomp. And the only question is, will Snoozer be able to survive an attack from this Garchomp? So attack does raise. It does have the rough skin. If we can survive a hit, Body Slam, I'm hoping gets the KO. That wasn't a lot of damage from the Power Up Punch, but it is stab. It is +2 attack now. Outrage is going to hurt. Hang in there, Snoozer. Use your thick fat. Okay, you hung in there. Body slam. Okay, we almost got the KO, but we did paralyze the Garchomp. So we're in a bit of an issue where thing's paralyzed, it's locked into Outrage. We can rest right now. Yeah, we're gonna have to rest because if I attack now, the Ruskin's gonna lower us even more and we'll have no chance to deal with that Raikou, especially since our only other Pokemon is a flying type. So rest. Now we do have to spend 2 turns sleeping, which is really too bad. If I hadn't rested the first turn, we'd have the Chesto Berry still intact. But gotta go with what we got. Okay. Outrage connects again. Now one more Outrage is gonna knock us out, so we're gonna have to just click whatever. We're gonna have to sleep for 2 turns anyway. Come on, can you be paralyzed this turn? No, it does manage to attack, so it's gonna knock us out. It is going to become confused now, though. Unless it has a berry to deal with that. Nope. Alright, so they might withdraw because of the confusion. Our only bet right now, I'm expecting they will withdraw, or there is a chance they'll be paralyzed. I'm gonna have to substitute anyway, regardless of what they do, just so we can possibly avoid taking a hit. So substitute comes up. We do have 2 HP remaining, and our special attack just boosted, folks. So we don't have any special moves. Alright. It is confused, it is paralyzed, come on. It does hurt itself and knock itself out. Alright. I do not think we're going to be able to take down a Raikou with a Ninjask, but we're going to give it a shot. Do I want a Swords Dance, or do I want to just go right Bug Bite? Swords Dance will double the attack stat. But if I do 2 Bug Bites, now we will survive 1 hit thanks to the substitute. If I go for 2 Bug Bites, that's 2 chances to get a critical hit. I think that's the way to go. It is, of course, full HP. Raikou's hidden ability, I believe, is Regenerator, which is why it's at full HP right now. So we did get some damage off with Snoozer earlier. Swords Dance, Bug Bite. I'm really debating what to go for. Because if I Swords Dance and then get a critical Bug Bite, that's like basically 2 critical Bug Bites in one. There's a possibility that this Raikou is holding a berry, so we're going to Bug Bite and see what we can do. Of course, we do outspeed thanks to the speed boost. We're not going to win this one. I don't think Extra Sensory is going to get the destruction of the substitute. I was about to say going to get the knockout, but thankfully with Regenerator, that means you don't have Infiltrator. You can't get past the substitute. Now, unless something extremely, extremely unlikely happens, we just lost the match. But we're going to Bug Bite. See how much damage we can get off before we go down. Come on, just give me 1 critical. No, not a critical. And down we go. So that was where the Raikou would have been brought down to if I Swords Danced first. But regardless, we actually gave that team a pretty good go for using a Ninjask. And I'm proud of that. Good game to my opponent. Final opponent for the week will be Jay, asking for a multi-battle from, I believe it was Rhode Island, United States. But we're going to do single battle. And Jay has interesting team, a level 42 Wailord, so I don't expect we're going to see that in battle. This is a water team, and only 2 held items, so this is going to be probably an easier battle, but I don't want to let my guard down. Sometimes I expect an easy battle, it turns out to be not so much. Now, since we haven't used Kabutops yet this week, I do want to bring him, and it's kind of fitting that we're going to bring him into a battle against a water-type team. Do I want to lead with him, though? Probably not. I wouldn't want to bring Marowak. He's got so many type weaknesses. I shouldn't say so many, but he's got so many weaknesses against so many of his Pokemon. We're definitely going to leave him out. So Pikachu would be good against pretty much this entire team. I might want to lead with Pikachu. We can get a light screen up if we anticipate some special attacks. So I'm going to lead with him. Kabutops is second choice. And Snoozer, I think. Probably the better option. Yeah, unfortunately, Jiggy, we are going to let you sit out, because I don't think you're going to do too much, especially Well, just because you're a Jigglypuff. No offense, but you're much better in Smash Brothers, I will give you that. Alright, Jay, let's see what you got. And what Jay has is, of course, a bunch of water types. Now, I hope this is a decent battle. I hope we don't see that level 42 Wailord, because I would like to get a victory against a difficult team for the final battle. Assuming we get the victory at all. Now, what can the Swanna do? It's quite obvious I can go for the Thunderbolt. I'm pretty sure none of the water types that Jay has have Lightning Rod. Now, I fell victim to that one time using Wild Charge Tauros against a Sea King. I'm not going to try to fall for that again. I think all we're going to do is go for a Thunderbolt. And it has Brave Bird, so it does outspeed. Now, come on, we do resist. But do we resist enough? Hardly, but we do. And we paralyze it, yes! No, it's not going to be able to attack us next turn. Alright, now I'll go for Thunderbolt. It did lower some HP thanks to the recoil. And down goes Swanna. So, as I said, it's not going to be able to attack next turn. Right, so what is next on the opposing side? Starmie. Now we know this is going to outspeed us. Actually, I don't know it's going to, but I don't want to risk it outspeeding us. I think probably, now, unfortunate as it sounds to say, Kabutops is probably our more throwaway Pokemon in this particular battle, so I'm going to swap into him. When Snoozer comes in, he's going to be able to get off some super effective crunch damage on the Starmie. That's for Kabutops. There is Surf. Now it is neutral because we are rock. One more Surf is going to take us down. I don't want to set up the ring because it's going to power up the water attacks of the opposing side. If we did manage to outspeed, we could get off some good damage with X-Scissor, but we're not going to outspeed. This is a Starmie we're talking about. Down goes Kabutops. I get a fresh switch into Snoozer at least. Now, how much will the Surf do to Snoozer? He's pretty defensive-ish. Not super defensive, but I'm debating going for a Body Slam first to try for paralysis and at least get stabbed. But if I go for Crunch, there's a chance we'll get the defense drop. I think probably Crunch is the better way to go. They withdraw. Whatever comes in is going to take a Crunch. It is, okay, resistant Poliwrath. That's a good call. Now, we know it's going to go for a physical move. We did lower the defense. I'm going to swap into Pikachu and hope that the static kicks in. Unfortunately, we are throwing another Pokemon away at this point, but sometimes that's the play you have to make. If I keep Snoozer in, he takes a fighting move, he's going to just drop. Hypnosis. So if Snoozer stayed in, the Chesto Berry would have activated. Now, they're going to go for... They might go for Dream Eater, they could just go for an attack. Probably Wake Up Slap would be a thing. I don't think they're going to swap out. So I'm going to stay in. I'm going to try Light Screen just in case we manage to get that activated. So they stay in, Pikachu stays asleep. And Earthquake. Well, we really didn't need to use an Earthquake. Pikachu was pretty much down as he was, but that was a good call because they probably didn't want to risk the static. Okay, we're down to Snoozer. Now we've seen Hypnosis, Earthquake. I'm assuming this is going to have a fighting type attack, and most likely a water type attack as well. They did lower the defense from the Crunch. I'm going to try Body Slam and see what happens. So Hypnosis, it does connect, but like I said, Chesto Berry will wake us up immediately. Right, come on, Snoozer. Can you paralyze this thing, or at least get some good damage off? There's the paralysis. One more Body Slam I think would actually take it out too. Now, I mentioned in the last fight something about using Swords Dance before bug biting, basically getting 2 critical hits. Some of you might have noticed, I actually did the math wrong in my head. Originally, in Gen 5 and before, a critical hit doubled the attack damage, or the damage from an attack. However, they switched it in Gen 6 so it only does 50% more, so I probably should have Swords Danced, which would have been more damage overall from the bug bites. If we get critical in. Alright, so Starmie comes back in. Now it comes down to this. Snoozer versus a Starmie. Do I want to Crunch? Do I want to Body Slam? Starmie's defenses aren't super good, so I'm going to try Body Slam and again hope for some paralysis. So Psychic is Stab. Starmie is very powerful. We do survive that pretty well. Get a Body Slam off. One more, and the Paralysis is right there. One more Body Slam is going to finish up this match. Let's go. So for a team of just water types, they actually had some good coverage. They had the Earthquake on Poliwrath, and they had some fast Pokemon, so I was actually happy with this match. Good game, Jay. And so, Kabutops was on a winning team, meaning that we do get a victory for Kabutops in this week's Pokemon X single battles. We do unfortunately get a loss for Burrow due to some bad type matchups and just basically me overestimating the speed of a Marowak. And that Garchomp being so fast, basically just, probably had no chance to win that, but we actually did come pretty close against the team of Raikou, Garchomp, and I forget what other one they used, but regardless, a team of a Garchomp and a Raikou on it, for the fact that I'm using something like a Ninjask, for us to come that close, I was actually quite impressed with. So that's a strategy that probably could work pretty well, given different circumstances. So that is the end of this week's Pokemon X single battles. As I said, we have a green glow for Kabutops and a red glow for Burrow. So we've only got, I'm not sure how many more weeks we have, but basically take a look at the Pokemon in this group shot. Whichever ones don't have a colorful glow yet, I'm going to be bringing 2 more of them next week into the Pokemon X single battles. And if you have any preferences for who you'd like to see, leave that in a comment down below. Let me know which Pokemon you want to see me use, and I'll see if I can formulate a team using those Pokemon, and 4 Pokemon from the Omega Ruby League who are going to come back and try to help out the underdogs get some victories. Also, feel free to leave a comment, let me know what you thought of these battles, and if you have any suggestions for how to improve the Pokemon that I used or different plays that I could have made at some point, leave that in a comment down below. Every little bit of feedback helps, and helps me learn more things and become a better Wi-Fi battler. So with that, we're going to end off this week's Pokemon X single battle. I'd like to thank you for checking out this battle video, and hope to see you back next week for some more Pokemon X singles. Until then, I'll catch you next time.